Yes, your specific person will come back even if they walk away from you. In fact, they will regret losing you if you follow what I am about to tell you in this video. I know how hurtful it feels when the person that you love walks away from you. It feels so hurtful, and it looks like they don't care about you. It seems that the world is going to end, but this isn't true. Everything can be changed, your situations can be turned around, and your desires can become your reality if you change the way you perceive these three things. I have heard of people going from no-contact situations into the arms of their specific person. I have seen broken relationships healed. I have witnessed people moving out of the friend zone and getting commitment from the person that they adore. They changed everything about their relationship and circumstances only once they changed these three things in their life. You too might have heard about it in bits and pieces, but you haven't fully tried it yet. But let me tell you that you too can bring about changes in your relationship. You too can change the behavior of your specific person. You too can manifest the life that you desire. Once you start persisting in this new idea about yourself, things are going to change in front of your eyes. Now, out of these three things, the first thing that you have to perceive differently is what you believe about yourself. I have seen people who let others treat them badly. These people don't express what they want. They don't stand up for themselves. In short, they are treated like a doormat. Does this resonate with you? If yes, then this is one of the many reasons why you are manifesting scenarios where people don't value you and you become unimportant in their life to an extent that they walk away from you. But you don't have to worry, as it is not permanent. It is just a state of consciousness, and you can change it. It is just a temporary state that can be turned around. So, be happy because you can change it. To change it, you have to start changing the way you view yourself. Out of the three things that make people change the way their specific person treats them, this is the first thing that you have to do. I have kept it in the first place because it is extremely important. If you successfully do it, then you significantly increase your chances of manifesting your desire. If you get a chance to talk to anyone who successfully manifested their desire, then they will tell you the importance of having a good self-concept. They will tell you that it was a massive turning point for them in their journey of manifesting anything that they wanted, even their specific person. You might have heard, change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Do not try to change people. They are only messengers telling you who you are. Revalue yourself, and they will confirm the change. Well, I cannot tell you how important these lines are for you if you are wanting a specific person. These lines are a game changer for anyone who wants to bring changes in their reality with regard to their specific person. It is like you are a projector, projecting your beliefs out in this world, and your specific person is just a mirror catching onto these beliefs and reflecting them back to you. Nothing is really happening to you, it is happening through you. You are the cause of its happening. Let's say you are wealthy and you have a personal movie theater. You are sitting on a seat in an auditorium. You see a huge screen in front of you, and behind you is a projector that is throwing light on that huge screen. The auditorium is dark, and the projector is throwing a beam of light on that huge screen. Now, you are watching a movie, and if it seems boring to you, if it seems uninteresting to you, then what do? Do you yell at that huge screen? Do you complain about that screen? Do you ask the screen to change what it's playing? You don't do it, right? Instead, you walk towards the projector and remove the movie tape that this projector is playing. You replace this movie tape with another, and you watch another movie. Now, does this sound correct to you? I am sure now this sounds correct to you. But when it comes to your own life, you don't do the same. You blame the screen, you complain about it, you shout at it. You don't change the story, you don't change the movie. I know the reason you do this is because you still don't accept that your specific person is just reflecting your beliefs about yourself back at you. Once you truly grasp this, then you will stop blaming and complaining, and you will work at the cause. If you too are having a rough time with your specific person, then stop making these mistakes of complaining and blaming. Just go within and change your story. Change the way you perceive yourself as soon as possible. Many people who start changing their self-concepts get this initial contact from their specific person. Their specific person reaches them. When this happens, these people's minds blow away, they get amazed. But the majority of these people get back to their old way of thinking and perceiving themselves. They again start thinking in an unfavorable manner, and that is when they start getting the hot and cold behavior from their specific person. Also, in some scenarios, the specific person again walks out of their life. All of this happens because these people haven't successfully changed their self-concept. They haven't changed the way they perceive themselves. So, even if you get that initial contact from your specific person, then you have to work on your self-concept. You don't have to stop it. I know some of you at this point will think that it seems unnatural, and that you have to do it forever. But this is not the case. You just have to do it for some days. You have to remain consistent with it. And with time, this will become natural for you. It will become a fun activity, and it won't seem like work. You will naturally start thinking in your favor. As this video ends, you have to control your thoughts and imagination. You have to ask yourself, what kind of person would you become if you had what you wanted? Spend some time with this question, and your mind will respond to you. It will give you some qualities of this person. Now, you have to imagine that you have these qualities, and you have to think like this person would. That's what you have to do in order to change the concepts that you hold about yourself. Now, there will be moments where you will revert back to your old self. This will happen, but you have to remember that you have to get back on track. You don't have to stay there. Like you visit your relatives, you go there, you sit for some hours, but then return to your home. In the same fashion, there might be scenarios where you will return to your old way of thinking and feeling. You can visit them, but don't stay there for too long. Move away from that state and return to your new state. Those who do this successfully will achieve their desired results. Your new state will manifest in your reality because whatever you are conscious of manifests. Your specific person will always match these new assumptions that you have about yourself. It is never about changing your specific person but changing how you feel about yourself. If you constantly feel that you are mistreated and that you are weak, then your specific person will show you what you constantly feel about yourself. Now, as I already told you, there are 3 things that will completely change your reality. The first thing is self-concept, and it has a major share in bringing about that change. I personally believe that if you start with changing your self-concept only, then you will notice a difference. You don't need the other 2 things if your self-concept is rock solid. But still, there would be people who would say they believe that they are attractive and amazing. But still, people don't choose them. They say that they have a good self-concept, but they are still rejected. Now, these people are having a certain kind of story that is playing in their minds. That is where the second thing comes in. Now, this second thing is about changing the way you perceive your specific person. Now, you don't have to devote major time towards this. As compared to the self-concept, you have to devote very little time to changing your assumptions about your specific person because when you change your self-concept, then it is happening automatically. Like when you think that your specific person does not choose you, then you can affirm that you are chosen. You can say internally, I am chosen. When you do it for some time, then you will change the way you perceive yourself, and it will change the way your specific person views yourself too. It is because they are acting as a mirror. But there would be people who would say that other people choose them and their specific person doesn't do it. Then, in such cases, you can affirm that my specific person chooses me. In such scenarios, you can affirm for your specific person specifically. Otherwise, things are natural. If you affirm that you are attractive and you persist in this assumption, then you automatically start thinking that your specific person also finds you attractive because now you know that you are attractive. This happens naturally. This happens automatically. But in some cases, you have some strong assumptions about your specific person, and you have to change these assumptions too. You have to think and view your specific person differently. You have to ask yourself, if person X truly loves me and wants me, then what would they feel about me? How would they behave with me? And what would they do? Asking such questions would give you an idea about that person. You would come up with some answers, and these answers are your affirmations that you have to accept as true by repeating them. Like, they would have loving feelings towards me. They would act in a loving manner. They would stay close to me. Now, these are some very general statements. You might get some other ideas in your mind. So, this is the second thing that you have to view differently. Now comes the third thing, which is your circumstances. As I said, if your self-concept is on point, then you would naturally think favorably in terms of your specific person. In the same manner, if the first and second things that I shared with you are on point, then you would automatically start thinking favorably about your circumstances. But still, there would be people who would have some particular dominant stories about their circumstances. Maybe they were friend-zoned a lot, and they think that every person that they have a romantic interest in friend-zones them. Even if they affirm that their specific person loves them and they have this specific story that they are friend-zone material, then they will manifest scenarios where their specific person will show them that they love them but as a friend. I think you are getting the gist of it. Working on self-concept naturally makes you think in a favorable manner about yourself, your specific person, and your circumstances. But if you have some certain story about your circumstances, then you have to identify them and change them. Now, the one who corrects these 3 things can turn any situation in their favor. They can change their circumstances, their specific person's behavior, and their personality. In short, they can change their lives and turn their desires into reality. But you have to always remember that your specific person is a messenger telling you who you are. Revalue yourself, and your specific person will confirm the change. You can take help from guided meditations as well. I have designed one such guided meditation where many people manifest calls from their specific person. Just click on the first video that now appears on the top right corner of the screen to watch it.